Welcome to Incredible, where we discover the weird and wonderful in this world. Now, it's been over 2 decades since the horrific events of 9/11, but the world could have been different for these celebrities had fate not intervened. There are 10 celebrities who narrowly avoided 9/11 by minutes. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we upload a video. Number 1. Michael Jackson. Now, although the king of pop is no longer with us, Michael Jackson nearly passed away on September 11th, 2001, save for a phone call with his family that kept him up late into the night. According to the UK Mirror, Jackson had left his Never Ranch for New York to perform at his 30th anniversary solo all-star show on September 7th and September 10th at Madison Square Garden. Jackson was scheduled to make an appearance in the Twin Towers on 11th September, but managed to oversleep, missing his appointment. According to Michael's brother Jermaine, Michael had been in an epic chat session with his mother Catherine and his sister Rebby. In his memoir, You Are Not Alone, Michael Through a Brother's Eyes, Jermaine recalled how Michael told his mom, "Mother, I'm okay, thanks to you. You kept me up talking so late that I overslept and missed my appointment." Number 2. Seth McFarlane. Cartoon mogul Seth MacFarlane was just beginning to enjoy the success of Family Guy when he attended an event at his alma mater. Thanks to an incredible hangover, MacFarlane was anything but his personal best when he woke up to take a flight back to Los Angeles. Unbeknownst to MacFarlane, his travel agent had erred, giving him the wrong departure time for his flight aboard American Airlines Flight 11. He showed up 10 minutes too late to board the plane, missing the flight, an incredible stroke of luck as it was hijacked and flown into the World Trade Center. Like many survivors, MacFarlane had his own unique take on things and told TV shows on DVD.com how the experience affected him. The only reason it hasn't really affected me, as maybe it could have, is I didn't really know that I was in danger until after it was over, so I never had that panic moment. After the fact, it was sobering, but people have a lot of close calls. You're crossing the street and you almost get hit by a car. This one just happened to be related to something massive. I really can't let it affect me because I'm a comedy writer. I have to put that in the back of my head. Number 3. Mark Wahlberg. The rapper turned actor was actually supposed to fly on United Airlines Flight 11, the flight which ultimately struck the tower, ending all on board. Wahlberg was planning to take the flight back to his home in LA, but he changed his mind, likely saving his life. However, Wahlberg came under fire after he said things would have been different had he been aboard the flight. In an interview with Men's Journal, he claimed, "If I was on that plane with my kids, it wouldn't have went down like it did. There would have been a lot of blood in the first class cabin, and then me saying, okay, we're going to land somewhere safely. Don't worry." But whether Wahlberg was full of it or he really believed he was going to be some real-life hero, his comments angered Dina Burton-Bailey, whose husband Thomas was on the flight. She asked, "Does Mark Wahlberg have a pilot's license? Then I think hindsight is 20/20 and it's insignificant to say what you would have done if you weren't there. The plan for Flight 93 was foiled by heroes. For him to speculate that his presence on board could have stopped everything is silly and disrespectful." He later changed his tune, telling TMZ.com, "To speculate about a situation is ridiculous to begin with. I deeply apologize to the families of the victims that my answer came off as insensitive. It was certainly not my intention. To suggest I would have done anything differently than the passengers on that plane was irresponsible." Number 4. Paddy Davis. Some of the stories on our list have been misreported, including one involving singer and songwriter Paddy Davis. You may have heard that Davis, who is well known for her work in the genres of jazz, R&B and pop music, as well as a remarkable career singing jingles for commercials, left New York early because her mother suffered a stroke. However, the actual story has to do with Davis's performance at the Michael Jackson tribute show mentioned earlier. According to Davis, she was scheduled to perform on the show's second day, but she was moved to day 1 and returned home earlier. During a chat with NBC Bay Area affiliate, Davis explained how a manager discovered she would have been aboard United Flight 93 had she performed during the second day. Ironically, Davis's mother suffered a stroke that day, which allowed Paddy to get home to her and avoid being aboard Flight 93. In 2011, she told NBC Bay Area affiliate, "I felt like my life had been saved for some specific reason. I've yet to figure that out, but I do a lot of charity work now, which I was doing before, but I do a lot more." Number 5. Sarah Ferguson. Not everyone was scheduled to take the fatal flight of 11th September. In the case of Sarah Ferguson, she was spared from being in the World Trade Center that deadly day. The Duchess of York had finished a TV interview and was returning to the office of her Chances for Children charity. However, a traffic jam delayed her from reaching her office on the 101st floor of the North Tower. In a 2018 interview, she looked back on how she was saved. I take every minute as a blessing, I really do, and I really work hard at it, because the minute you look too far forward, then you're missing now. The minute you look back, you can't go back. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. And the American Airlines flight crashed into the North Tower's floor between 93 and 99, which meant a certain ending to the Duchess had she not been delayed. Number 6. Michael Lomonaco. Like the Duchess, celebrity chef Michael Lomonaco had an office in the Twin Towers, but unlike Ferguson, he was actually in the building on 11th September. He had close ties to the World Trade Center as he opened the North Tower's restaurant Windows to the World, which is located on the 106th and 107th floor. He was the executive chef and director. He was working that day but dodged disaster because he was in the World Trade Center's lobby having his eyeglasses adjusted at the LensCrafters located in a shop concourse in the Trade Center. Fate intervened again as his appointment was for the afternoon that day, but when things slowed down, he was able to make an appointment before the first plane hit. While he survived, 79 restaurant workers and 91 guests passed away that day. He helped set up a charity for the families of those food service workers who were involved in the towers that day. The chef and executive described the Windows of Hope Family Relief Fund's purpose. These are people who could be easily forgotten, overlooked, and neglected, the people often at the lowest strata of the economic pay scale. As of 2021, the fund has taken in $22 million. Number 7. Daniel Belardinelli. Daniel Belardinelli is a self-taught artist known for his work in the genre of outsider art. The multi-talented man, not only as an artist but an art dealer, curator, writer and attorney, was scheduled to take Flight 93 with his uncle in order to travel to Yosemite National Park, but changed his mind a week before the trip. Tragically, his uncle did take the trip and passed away. He contributed a piece of artwork for the book Among the Heroes and appeared in the A&E documentary I Missed Flight 93. Number 8. Jackie Chan. Not every celebrity story regarding 9/11 can be confirmed, but in the case of Jackie Chan, there's enough evidence that his name has made it to more than one list of celebs who avoided disaster that dreadful day. In 2006, he told Hong Kong's Oriental Daily News how he'd been scheduled to film a scene as a window washer for the film Nosebleed. Filming was scheduled to have taken place at 7 AM last Tuesday morning. I'd been at the top of one of the towers for one of the scenes. Well, I guess my time is not up yet. In Chan's case, a late script led to the shooting scene being cancelled rather than Chan himself. Number 9. Gabby Sidibe. This 38-year-old actress has been in the spotlight since her debut in the 2009 film Precious, with subsequent starring roles in films and television series including The Big C, American Horror Story, and many more. However, none of this would have happened if she attended class at the Borough of Manhattan Community College on 9/11. She recalled that day during an interview with the New York Daily News, "I had a class that morning at 8, though this almost never happens to me. I woke up too late to get there on time. Even though I was disappointed in myself for waking up so late, I decided to just turn on my TV and catch a talk show. In about 10 minutes, I became aware of the planes hitting the towers. Later that day, one of the towers fell on the school building that I had class in, and people lost their lives." And number 10. Ian Thorpe. Australian Olympic swimming sensation Ian Thorpe was on top of the swimming world on 11 September, so perhaps that's why he decided to get a bird's eye view of the Big Apple that morning. In 2021, Thorpe recalled how he and his friend planned to visit the Twin Towers in the morning and the Empire State Building at night. However, Thorpe returned to his hotel after he'd realized he'd forgotten his camera, and by the time he retrieved it, the attacks began. Thorpe attributes his salvation to fate. "Some things were meant to be, and I realize I am very lucky." Now, whether it's dumb luck, fate, or divine intervention, these celebrities eluded certain death at 9/11. What do you guys think of these incredible stories? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more incredible content.